What's up, y'all? Exodus 1, aka Indigo Sky, aka y'all already know who it is. Trigger ranking, Trigger Man himself. Alright, y'all. So I want y'all to like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. If you like to support the channel, Cash App is in the description. If you like to follow me on any other platforms, everything is at the top of the description of the channel. So let's go. Alright, let's go, bro. Like,
put up a wall between her and him. The source also said that he's been trying to do everything to talk to her and see her, but she refuses to see him or even speak to him since Super Bowl weekend. I'll tell you, Cardi B knows how to pick them because both her men, Offset and Reset, are off the hook. But sometimes, just like Clifton Powell said, some dudes don't get it till they're about 69, 70 years old.
Just talking about, I'm 70 years old. So I come from a whole nother era than any of you Negroes is talking about. And what I've learned, and I'm not saying I'm right, I think everybody is right. Because there's so many levels to this. But most of this was laid on our parents' parents. Yeah. My father was born in 1915 and his parents were slaves. Well, his grandparents were slaves. So what I've learned is it's not your mother's fault. It's not your father's fault. It's not your fault. We were born into 450 years of post-slavery PTSD. I am 69, I'll be 70 in March. I've just learned how to love. Our parents didn't know how to love. Their parents didn't know how to love. And if I could say anybody maybe had an edge, it was the women. That's why I celebrate Black women.
I just want to talk about in Luke, no, make sure I say her name right, pop this part out. Okay. What Luke brought up was like accountability, like yes, we can talk about, you know, what our families did to us. All that, but eventually, and I know white people try to say this and I really don't like that, but eventually comes a point where you have to decide, how do I want to live my life? I haven't talked to my daddy in 6 years. I don't give a fuck about what my family has gone through. I know where I will go. So it's like, you know, you can only say that for so long. Black women are tired, and you know, kind of like putting on to them like, hey, you didn't do this entirely, because everybody in here, some people have talked about like, you know, going to counseling.
hey, I'm coming right. I don't know, I might stand with
Have that upon
Depend
yourself.
on
Stop
other
waiting
people
for a
coming
woman
in.
to tell you what you need to do. Take that
But
upon
let me
yourself.
address that real quickly. For me, I didn't know fucking how.
Can I say one more thing? No, I have to say this. Because another thing that happens is, too, you live your life for so long, and I'm not meaning no disrespect by
It's all right, just say, bro.
but when you hit your 60s and your 70s, I want to be right.
Okay, but let me.
I want to live my life right. I want someone to take care of me and protect me.
Right
That's
here,
what a
let's
lot
talk
of
about
women
it.
have
'Cause I'm
issues
living
with.
it right the fuck now.
As I said,
Listen,
I said 60, good, but you're not going to disrespect me.
No.
Oh, I am. I do.
Love it.
I do.
You don't know what the
Oh, I know. You can't. I do. I do.
I'm living. You can't tell me I'm living. I'm living it right now. You cannot fix no. You don't even know what's happening.
I think there's a misunderstanding.
No, but he's sounding like you can't. No, listen, let's stop this. What it is. Let's get to the truth. You can't fix no. Unless you meet somebody who help is on another level to help you elevate to understand. I'm not indicting anybody. I'm telling you what this is. You can't fix things that you don't know about, bro.
Yeah.
You can't. And then you get there at 69, at 70 and say, I thought I was being loved all the time. That's what our parents have gone through, and that's why we awesome.
Right. You asked, how do we love black women? That's right here. Trust black women and listen to black women because they know more than we do what it is that they need.
I don't think that's true. There's a lot of black women who don't know how to love.
I'm not talking about what they know how to love. I'm saying what they need as far as the
I
reason.
get that.
That's what we're talking about right now. Also, if we're going to use our privilege and power as men in society, how do we show up and be accountable, like you said?
Well, as you may have already guessed, that conversation ignited a firestorm in the comments. And I'm gonna read as many as I
I know it did.
can. Alright, so the first person said, 69 and just learning how to love. That saddens me for him and the woman that he's getting ready to make his hospice wife. Oh my goodness, not the hospice wife. Y'all ain't no good. Then another person said, Clifton was speaking his truth. Just out of respect, the young man shall let him finish. Right or wrong, he helped pave the way for his generation. After that, somebody else said, one thing millennials will do is call out the manipulation tactics because what? To which, somebody else added, this annoys me. Old buddy was out of line for interrupting him. He's a firecracker, and that's not how you converse with people if you're trying to have a mature conversation. That's his experience. It makes sense for his generation. If Clifton figured it out later in life, so be it. That's his journey. The younger generation can learn from him and do better by holding themselves accountable now. Two things can be true. Let's start with not interrupting or talking over each other, and yes, therapy is a very...
Hey, yo, check it out. You know who it is, man. It's the one only Mr. Gangsta Girls himself, DJ The Fuck Drama, a.k.a. Mr. Thanksgiving. Big shout out to my big homie doing this thing, DJ Morrison. I see you over here holding it down. Holla at me sometime, man. Let me get some of them exclusives you got. Pay attention, you bastards.
Great tool, but it's also possible to learn to love through someone
what's up?
teaching you how to love. Ugh, testosterone and ego.
What's
Breathe
up?
for a second, fellas. Next up in the chat, somebody else said, how can anyone get upset at someone else for speaking their truth? 1950 was a different time.
Hey, where you coming in from? Javid Shah?
And you gotta remember, this was during segregation, so the definition of love and the standards of marriage and composition of households were different. You had daddies and granddaddies that were going to the Korean War and/or they had multiple families and they got to pick and choose which one he wanted to be with if he didn't want to or couldn't be there for them all. So what one generation saw and knew as love ain't what this or the last generation constitutes as love. Nobody was right or wrong in this discussion. Comprehension and knowledge of history is key in discussions like this. Clifton was right. We're messed up as a race of people, and it ain't all our fault. It's up to the parents and society to build and shape us and prepare the next generation. They were preparing us all for a world and circumstances that no longer exist. At least, he's brave enough to say it.
I'm from Florida. I'm from America. I'm from Florida. Florida.
70, you learn what's right and wrong. It's never too late to stop learning or
I'm like Southeast in America.
loving. Well, I must say, thank you for that collegiate level dissertation in the comments section. Anyhow, after that, somebody else said, y'all will never believe the amount of men in nursing homes lonely and miserable, but keep going. Then somebody else added, I too will start my monogamous journey at the age of 70. Now, after that, a few more people chimed in, and Nicole White said, Lord, blaming slavery for not learning to love a woman after 7 decades of living in this modern era is wild. I can respect this truth, but it's this kind of laziness that makes folks unaccountable. You learned to be an actor, learned how to drive, learned how to use a smartphone. You could have long learned how to love and leave the ancestors out of this. And last but not least, one more person slid into the comment section and said, I think the young dude was low-key justified in being triggered. He was fed up with that narrative. You know right from wrong, and you don't need anybody to really tell you that. Alright, so as for me, based on this conversation, I'm hearing a whole lot of generalities, like the older generation didn't know how to love. Yes, some of them did, because my grandparents and my great-grandparents had very wonderful love affairs. Yeah, there were ups and downs as there are in all relationships, but they knew how to love. I'm also hearing people talk about, nah, we like this because of slavery. Listen, love should have brought your ass home last night, and slavery didn't keep you out.
All right, y'all, I'm about to get up out of here. I gotta get me something to eat, bro. I'll be back. Peace out. What's up?